welcome to this short tutorial on how to use Microsoft Whiteboard Part 1. This is good for teachers or facilitators. So let's say you have students or participants whom you have shared your screen together and they have a question to ask you as a teacher, or you want to help them out to solve a particular question, then the use of Microsoft Whiteboard is quite important. The very first thing I'm going to show you is what we call the window ink workspace. How do you bring that out? First, right here, you have to right click and you can see a list. Here you have show Windows ink workspace. So if I click this, there is an icon that looks like a pen. Yeah, that is the Windows ink workspace. You have to have this. If I click this, there are two options, the full screen snipe and the whiteboard. So I click whiteboard. Boom, there we go. Create new whiteboard. I click this. Okay, I can click this. Okay, so this is the whiteboard interface. You have different pens you can use here and select from. When you select anyone, you see the dot on top. That means this is the pen that is functioning at this time. Okay, this is the pen that is functioning at this time. Okay, and eraser and so on and so forth. So the first thing I want to do is insert menu. There are a lot of things you can insert here, PDF, folder, images, and so on and so forth. Let's say I want to insert a note. I click the note. I want to put today's date. Today's date is 4/6/2020. And I want my student to learn the following key terms. Number one is circle. Number two is diameter. And the third one is this, radius. Okay, so now this is your notes. I can select the notes and take it to any part of my whiteboard. So if I put it here, for example, what are the things you can do? You can change the background, this fourth icon. You can change the background of your notes, okay? More importantly, what I want to show you is what we call the immersive reader, which you can get to by selecting these three dots, immersive reader. Okay, now this can be used to spice up your teaching or make it dynamic. The participant or the student can listen to all these, whatever you type in the notes, they can hear it. Okay, play.
Date, April 6th, 2020. Key terms, circle, diameter, radius.
Okay, so we can see that. So they listen to that and learn how to pronounce the keywords. You can go to this voice settings and you can reduce the speed of the pronunciation. You can also change the voice. The previous one was a female. Let's change to male. What do we have? Let's play now.
Date, April 6th, 2020. Key terms.
You can see that the speed has reduced.
Key terms. Circle.
Now, after each, you can pause and call on any student to say after it. Oh, what does that say? Circle.
Circle. Diameter. Radius.
Okay, so that is that. It's quite good to make your work, dynamic. Okay, the next thing I'm going to show you is this. Let's say you have a question you want to explain to your student, or your student wants to share his or her screen with you, wanting you to help him or her out. So how do we make that a reality? Okay, let's assume this is the question you want to explain to your student. One of the things you can do is to cut this out. This says find the volume of the figure. This is a PDF file. Though I can write on this PDF file, but to make it more interesting, okay, there is a tool called the Sniping tool. Go to search, S-N-I-P. So this is like a scissors. I can cut this image out. It says new. If I click new, you see this? Okay, so I can use it to cut this image out. Okay, Control C for copy. I can go back to my Microsoft Whiteboard, this blue one. Then I can Control V, paste. Now I have the image that I want to explain to the students. If I select this, I can also move it to any part. So let's say I move it here. This is what we have. Okay, and all right, student, this is the question we have now. The question asks us to find the volume. Remember, this is a composite figure. There are two parts. You have this part, the part 1, and you have the part 2. For you to be able to find this volume, you first need to find the volume of the part 1, which is a cylinder. The volume of a cylinder, if you recall in our previous lesson, is pi r squared h. Okay, also you need to find the second volume of the second figure, which is a cube. Remember, the volume of a cube is length times width times height. And lastly, to find the volume of the composite figure, it is the addition of the volume of the cylinder and volume of the cube. Boom, you get your answer. This is quite interesting as it makes the experience look like a traditional setting. Okay. Okay, so another thing I want to show you here is if you want to write something here, for example, good students, very good, 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 good students. Okay, so let's say my handwriting is not good. Let's assume my handwriting is not good. What can you do? I can select this lasso select. If I select that, you can select the particular word. Okay, when you select it, beautify. This icon is ink beautification. If I press it, let's see what's going to happen. Good. It transformed the whole thing. You see that? I select this. Good. It's transformed the whole thing. So you can do this. So what it means is that if you do a lot of writing here, explaining, oh, I have to select the ink now. Okay. So you have a lot of writing here. He is a boy. Let's say, you know, my handwriting is not fine. So to make it interesting, you can use this lasso select property, okay, to change everything. So that is that. You can undo. If you're not okay with what you have, you can redo. Okay. Okay, so that's Microsoft Whiteboard. There are so many other features you can still use here inside Word document or PDF. It all follows the same trend. Okay, the next thing I'm going to show you is another option on this window ink workspace, which is called the full screen snipe. So let's say you don't want to use this, and a student has just shared with you his or her screen, uh, finding it difficult to solve this question and asking you for help. So what do you do? Okay, you can use this. Go back to your Windows Ink workspace. If I do full screen snipe, let's see what's going to give us. What it has done is it has captured the entire screen. So I have this, and if I have this, I can now work on it. You can select your ink pen as normal. Yes, select any color of pen you want. Okay, if I select, I've selected red color now. So, oh, hello student. Okay, in this first question is asking us to find the volume of a cylinder of height 7 meters. So we have the height given, the height of the cylinder as 7 meter, and we have its radius r as 3 meter. Okay, so how do you do this? Can someone tell me the formula for finding the volume of a cylinder? Okay, and we write it there, pi r squared h. So it's quite easy to use. You can erase if you make a mistake. You can click on this erase, click on this selected image, erase it off, and that is it. Okay, So this is one of the ways to share your screen with your students or participants and make the teaching more interesting. Thank you. There are still more features, which probably, if time permits, we'll look at that in our part 2. Thank you and bye-bye.